How you doing? Sitting here on the steps of the Hagen Museum and been reviewing my life experiences, my path, my ups and downs, my epiphanies, my paranormals, my out-of-bodies, my near-deaths, and just slowly putting it all on tape. My son knows nothing about it. My brothers and sister know nothing about it. And I'm just going to keep doing it. And here's another one. Continuing the evolution of my awareness and my spiritual circuits opening up. I had begun to lecture. My first lecture was, I said, in Mill Valley. After that, so many people that were interested in the subject began to contact me. The common thread that was woven through that was most of the people had missing time. That was the research at the moment. Bud Hopkins, abductions, Whitley Strieber, so many of the stories were the gray aliens and abductions and implants, and there is a ton of research, and you can go check that all out. I met Emil Canning, who owned the Integratron, which is an incredible structure down in Southern California. Well worth your research to look into that if you're into frequencies and music and tones. Mathematics, which I think is a huge part of this. Math most certainly is. Frequencies most certainly are. The digital world we live in is ones and zeros. So I had met someone at this Modesto conference, and he was putting on a lecture in Palo Alto, and because I'm an audio-video guy, gearhead, he asked me to produce it, so I ended up producing it. So I had all my equipment set up. I recorded his presentation. Again, he was a very incredible researcher with deep ties, and I will not mention his name at this point. A good friend, and I miss him. I haven't seen him in a long time. And things just start falling into place. His connections. He introduced me to Randy Winters, who did incredible research on the Billy Meier contacts. I have so much information about the Billy Meier contacts that people don't know. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and incredible stories of his visitations, and I have tons of his contact notes. That's a whole nother thing. So I did multimedia events. I met another guy who had lived in South Africa, who's now passed away, a really good friend of mine. He talked about going out into the Kalahari Desert and meeting Sangoma tribes people, and they were telling him stories of silver craft with umbilical metallic arms coming down and grabbing their cattle. I mean, this is people out in the middle of nowhere. Their whole life's bent on gathering water and wood and crushing corn and wheat to make basic tortillas and trying to survive out in the middle of nowhere with one goat and one cow, and yeah. So they wouldn't have any access to any information about UFOs and abductions and cattle and that type of thing. Very, very interesting stuff. Don't be afraid to do research, people. Don't be afraid to read everything. There's a lot of charlatans out there, a lot of government interference, a lot of deception, a lot of obfuscation, a lot of outright liars. Seen them all. On another tape, I'm going to talk about how I helped co-produce one of the largest West Coast UFO expos for 10 years, and all the little secrets and stories I know about all them speakers. All right, stay tuned. Thanks for listening.